Follow me on Twitch, goddammit!
Hello, my name is Trax, aka AmeriKame, and welcome to my first edition of Trax Talks About Things, a series where I talk about things. They might be good, they might be bad, they're probably mostly going to be about video games, but who knows, I might talk about whatever. Today I want to talk about a specific character in a specific game. That specific character I think is sick as shit. I don't even play this character, but I think he's so cool for what he does for the game, and that character is Spencer. Alright, so Spencer here is a curious case for a character. He's from the Bionic Commando series, specifically a Bionic Commando game from 2009 that literally nobody played. But nevertheless, he made it into Marvel, and he kind of became a fan favorite. He's really sick. True to his nature of his game, he is Grapple Hook Man. He has a grappling hook, and he can go places with it. And this gives him a lot of good mobility, right? He essentially gets an 8-way air dash without actually getting an 8-way air dash. But he's able to zip around the stream at a moment's notice at any given point in time. He also has pretty good ground movement on its own. Like, his dashes are good. Bear with me, I'm kind of bad at blink dashing here. Forward blink dash there. Yeah, look, he can cover a lot of space just by dashing. But he doesn't need to, because, bam, I'm already here. So it's just his movement alone makes him a really sick character. But he's got a lot more going for him. As you can probably guess, most of his special moves are based around his grappling hook, as he is Grapple Hook Man. The big one is Wire Grapple. He has a couple different versions of this, but he shoots out his arm, and grabs the opponent, and he says the funny Mortal Kombat line. And off of this, you can do a couple of things. You have a reel and punch, which causes a hard knockdown, which is really cool. He has a wall kick, or a kick that causes a wall bounce, which you can get combos off of. And he also has, he just brings them in. And you can do some sneaky resets off of this, like comboing into command throws and shit. But yeah, that's Wire Grapple, and he has a lot of different versions. He's got a light one that goes straight forward, he's got a medium one that shoots at an angle, and a heavy one that goes straight up. And you also do this in the air, but the air version always does the reel and kick with the wall kick. They're all pretty cool. The one you want to look out specifically is this up grapple one. Now, for some reason, for whatever reason, the up grapple and the reel and punch always does 80,000 damage. No matter how far you're into a combo, how stale the combo is, I can do the same combo with more hits here, and it's still going to do 80,000 damage. No matter what. And that leads to Spencer being one of the highest damage characters in the game, basically simply because of this fact. Because he gets a unscaled 80,000 damage hit at any point in time. Really optimal Spencer combos are basically going to be how many 80Ks can you hit in one combo. 80,000 up grapples. This might take a minute. Give me a second. So yeah, that just killed Sentinel, meterless, and that wasn't even fully optimal. That, you did 950,000 damage just because I did a bunch of up grapple, reel and punches. So yeah, you're starting to get the picture. Spencer does a truckload of damage. They're not just good for damage too, it gives you a lot of good full screen presence. Despite not having a real projectile, at any given point in time, you can just wire grapple someone, reel in, and get a combo off of this. Because it gives you the hard knockdown, right? Yeah, you get an idea. I don't really know combos off of that conversion, but that's really good. And if you have a good beam assist, this doubles as well, because now you get a confirmation off your beam assist from full screen. So you're able to play over here if you want to, or at any point in time, you can just Zoop. Hey, look, I'm in your face now. Full screen dash, essentially. I kind of showed this off without talking about it, but his wire grapple, the air one, is an OTG. And it's an OTG that gives you a wall bounce. So you can get combos off of an OTG anywhere in a combo, really. And off of any hard knockdown, which, again, we've gone over. You can do it full screen. You get hard knockdowns for free with Spencer. And you get to convert off them, which is really good. Not a lot of characters can do that. And specifically, the combo you can get off of in the corner gives you a route to another 80,000 up grapple. Like that. Easy peasy. And again, all this was meterless. That was 500,000 damage meterless off of like what, 8, 9 hits? I didn't even count, but it was nothing. Wire grapple is kind of insane. We'll get back to wire grapple in a second. Let's talk about some of his other special moves. He has a command throw. 3 different versions of this command throw. I forget what it's called. Is it called Jawbreaker? What is it called? Yeah, it's called Jawbreaker. Though I've heard everyone just call it Party Time. The light one's pretty fast. I think the medium one has a little more range. And the heavy one is actually an anti-air grab, so if I can get this guy to jump for a second. The bingo. And you can convert off of every one of these. They're a little hard. See if I can get it. You get the hard knockdown regardless, so even if you don't get this conversion off of like a jab, you can just whee and do a combo off of that. Easy peasy. But yeah, he's got a pretty good command throw. The medium one and the heavy one, you get a weird follow-up if you press a button. Like that wastes the ground wall bounce. To my knowledge, this is pretty much always useless. Because you can get a better conversion if you just don't do that. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. But, yeah, cool command throw. The anti-air one is really interesting. Not a lot of characters have ground-to-air command throws. And this can lead to fancy shit like anti-phoenix tech, which I am never going to be able to show off. I might pull up a video of it, honestly. But, air resets. It's just cool. And again, you have this wire grapple, too. The ground one. Where you can do a reel in into not a hit. Which you can just, like, do kind of like a tick throw into command throw. Now, this works really well in his kit. It's a pretty good command throw, as all things said. Armor Priester is kind of an interesting move. If you look at it just on paper, it's a kind of slow, big attack that causes a wall bounce. It's alright. I mean, it's hard. You can't really convert off of it unless you spend some bar or X Factor. You're basically forced to, like, do something like this to get a conversion. But still, I mean, it's okay. But an interesting thing about it is that if you're next to the opponent, it goes from kind of slow to literally instant. Like, this is, I think, 2 frames. Don't quote me on this, but this is, like, so fast. It's night and day from this. This turns into a really good get-off-me move. Because, I mean, it's not invincible or nothing, but, like, just the pure speed of this can get a lot of people off of you. Also, since it's faster, you can get conversions basically anywhere on screen without meter. Yeah. Kinda nuts. Bionic Bomber is kind of whatever. It's just this smash dive attack that you have to do in the air. It's basically just an OTG, but a really slow one. But it is an OTG that doesn't use up a wall bounce. So you can keep using wire grapple later into a combo. So if you got a corner combo, which you basically can only use this in a corner, you can do that and then still get this OTG, right? And that is 2 OTGs that you can solo combo out of without X Factor or meter. And that is 2 more OTGs that you can solo combo out of than most characters. Like Wolverine cannot combo off of his OTG without an assist. And, like, Morgan or Magneto can only OTG with Super, so they can't get anything else after it. So, Spencer's pretty privileged in that case. You have to have a kind of short combo to get the combo out of that, but even if it's a longer combo, you can always get a super afterwards. Yeah, it's not too hard to convert out of. Speaking of supers, this is where stuff gets really fun. Spencer only has 2 supers, but they're both really good. One's Bionic Lancer, I think it's called in the move list. Hold up. Yeah, Bionic Lancer. You will never hear anyone call it that, though, because that's the Bionic Arm. I mean, just listen to this guy scream it. God, they need to give that guy a medal. That is just hype incarnate, honestly. Now, this is a really good utility super, because not only is it super fast, it's also fully invincible. This is probably one of the best reversal supers in the entire game, if not the best, because it's only 1 bar, it's got full invincibility, and you can combo out of it. So at any point in time, you can kind of take a gamble, and if it hits, you get a combo. And if it blocks, you can either DHC out or something. I don't really have a good DHC for this right now. Or you can, if you're so inclined, spend your X Factor, and you can get a good conversion on hit, and you're completely safe on block. On another note on that, if you if the dummy, or not the dummy, if your opponent blocks this, and you spend the X Factor, you're immediately putting them into a mix-up situation. So, for the price of 1 bar plus your X Factor, you can basically always force a mix-up on your opponent. Which, I mean, again, you have a command throw, you have a low with all of your light kick, right? And you also have a standing overhead with your forward H. And you can combo, and you can chain those into those, and all these are convertible, right? So again, really powerful. Full screen invincible super to X Factor to force a mix-up. Kinda cool. The other super is Bionic Maneuvers. This is basically just a damage super. It does more damage than Bionic Arm. And you can also combo off of this one too, so it's a little tighter. Yeah, just like that. So this is just basically the higher damage super you want to go to whenever you can do. When you have a choice of both, this one's for utility, the other one's for super for damage. But this one is also a cinematic super, which means if you kill with this, you get extra time to set up a mix-up. And Spencer's got some pretty cool mix-ups. I won't go into that just right now, but yeah, this one's alright. Again, higher damage super, cinematic, and you can combo out of it. So both of his supers are pretty good. He does not have a level 3, no level 3, but 2 level 1 supers that are both pretty good. Despite not having a level 3, Spencer really doesn't have any hard time dumping a bunch of meter. Since both of the supers are pretty easy to combo into and out of, you can very easily spend 2 bars in a single combo. And this does a lot of damage solo. I mean, we're breaking 1 million by himself with no assists. That's just Spencer. He hits like a freight train, and he can spend as much meter as he wants, more or less. Now, this whole time I've been talking about how Spencer is good on point, and don't get me wrong, he's a great point character. But where he really shines is when you put him in the back, on second or third. He has a lot of good synergy with teams. His assists are pretty alright, most of them. The Lancer's kind of... He gets one that's Lancer. Not Lancer, I'm sorry. Armor Piercer. But you never get the fast one. It's always the slow one. And it gives you a wall bounce, which you can combo out of pretty easily. But that one's kind of bad. There's better wall bounce assists for you. He does get a horizontal wire shot, which causes a knockdown. You get the hard knockdown on that, which if you got a good OTG, you can get a pretty easy combo off of. But the real good one is his slant shot. This one is great, because this does something that literally no other assist can do, and that's a restand. See, it puts them right back on their feet after they get knocked over here. And that can be really, really, really cool for a lot of different reasons. Being able to combo into a restand can have a slurry of different benefits, depending on what character you're choosing. One of the more popular benefits, and one that you've probably seen if you've seen enough high-level play, is the ability to combo into crumples. See, crumples here, like a heavy human rocket punch, will only crumple if the opponent is already grounded. Which, if you're doing a combo, chances are they're probably not already grounded. But since you can restand, you can do cool shit like this. There we go. Comboing directly into a crumple, even halfway through a combo. Really dope. Now, crumple combos can do a couple of things. It allows you to, obviously, combos into things you weren't able to support beforehand. Like in the last combo I did H Interior Rush as my launcher substitute, which you're not really able to do midway through a combo without a right assist. So that's pretty cool. But another thing it can do, which is super cool, is allow you to do hard tag combos. I messed it up there, the last bit there, but yeah, I'm able to hard tag in the middle of a combo and continue the combo with another character. And if you didn't know, doing stuff like that, hard tagging into another character, actually resets damage scaling a bit. So in that situation, this combo would have done a lot less damage because it started with a throw, but since I tagged into Dr. Doom halfway through it, it did a lot more damage, which is really, really cool. There are whole teams, professional teams, based on the ability to combo into a crumple and then hard tag into a different character. The most common you'll see is the famous Team Nemo, which is a character who can crumple. Usually you'll see Noah, because he's kind of the best character who can do that. Spencer with Wire Shot Slant, this one. And Doctor Strange at the anchor, because Doctor Strange has very high damage, meterless loops that can start off a crumple. I'm not going to be able to do this at all, but let's cut to a video of someone actually doing it. Feeling some tournament footage here, but you can see Nemo, the creator of this team, really put in some work. Comboing into a crumple, tagging out, and then Doctor Strange just going to town. Look at this damage. Like, this is a very popular team you see at high level. It's really fun. You can do absurd damage just off of basically any touch. Now, restands can do things for other characters too. Like, for instance, I main Tron, and the only way you're able to combo drill into King Coben is if they're standing. And if they're in the air there, you're not going to be able to get the combo. But if they're standing, you can cancel the drill early, it'll stagger them, and bam, you got a nice combo. So, do your work. You can easily combo drill with King Coben. And do some other cool stuff. Which I dropped that last bit, but that brings me nicely into my next point. Spencer supers are absurdly good for DHCs. DHCing into a Spencer super allows you to combo out of that said super with Spencer into another 80k grapple into another super. So if you use a character that doesn't have a wall bounce on their main confirm, or main combos, you're looking at an extra 300 to 500,000 damage simply because you put Spencer in the second slot. Like, just look at this. There, that went from like 600,000 to 1,015,000. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Spencer just adds so much to a team when he's on it. Just to round out the end here, I think there's one last thing I think is pretty alright about him. And that's the fact that his THC, whenever he does it, no matter what assist he does, he always does Bionic Arm. Which again, completely invincible, goes full screen, puts him to a lot of lockdown, right? If you have another character behind you that has a super that keeps locking you down for a while, Dante is excellent for this because he just keeps shooting forever. For the cost of a THC, you basically get free mix-ups. Like, I recover so fast that I'm able to do mix-ups just right out of that, which is pretty alright. And again, you got a bunch of different mix-ups you can do. You can do lows, you can do overheads, and Dante makes it very easy to convert out of those. And, you know, you got a party time. But I think that's about all I have to say. If you stuck with it this long, thanks for listening to me just gush about a character I think is cool. And, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you want to catch more of me, I stream about 3 to 4 nights a week over on Twitch, twitch.tv/AmeriKame. There'll be a link in the description as always, but thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.